Here we go into the second hour of Sports Talk on this Thursday evening. The Kansas City Royals are in the process of having a press conference right now at Royal Stadium. At the stadium is KCMO's Pete Modica. Pete, what's happening?
Well, Ed, the news conference is winding down and was speculated earlier on your program. The Royals have named Omaha manager John Wathan as the Kansas City Royals field manager for the remainder of the 1987 season. Wathan replaces Billy Gardner, who, of course, took over in spring training when Dick Hauser resigned. Wathan, for his part, says he's going to first talk to the coaches and then going to be meeting with the key veterans, the players he played with here in the 1970s and the early 80s with the Royals. One thing you can expect, according to Wathan, in the final 36 games of the 1987 campaign will be more running, more hit and running, and they're going to be looking to manufacture some more runs, trying to add to the anemic offense that has plagued this team in recent months. John Schuerholz, for his part, in making the announcement, says he thinks the team still has an opportunity to win the Western Division. The team has not played as well as he thought it should so far. That's the reason why Billy Gardner was given the gate, and he feels that any further delay would have made it really too late for any kind of turnaround in salvaging the 1987 season. So Wathan is in, Gardner is out, and that's the story from here at the Sports Complex.
Pete Modica was Billy Gardner at the press conference?
No, he wasn't. The principals at the news conference were John Schuerholz and John Wathan. Interestingly enough, Wathan played for several years for Billy Gardner up in Omaha and indicated that he was rather sorry that this had to come about at Billy's expense. He's going to talk to Billy at the first opportunity to, confer with him and give him his condolences on Billy being ousted as manager. But John said he just felt this was too good an opportunity to pass up, so Wathan is taking the job and apparently will be bringing a different style, maybe a little more on-the-field enthusiasm and more of a high-profile role than the low-key Billy Gardner had here.
Styles come and styles go, but the game is made by the players out on the field. And people figured, at least our callers, majority of them figured that Wathan would be named as the new head man of the Kansas City Royals on the field. And while I expected Billy Gardner to get the gate, and incidentally, Pete, I noticed that Wathan, in his statements to the press, tried to distance himself from Dick Hauser. He said, "Look, I'm John Wathan. I'm my own guy," and it was quite interesting.
Yeah, he repeated that here, Ed, that he is not really like any managers they've had before. That he's not really another Dick Hauser. That he is John Wathan. Incidentally, I might mention that, as you know, John is very, very good with the media, and I think we may be seeing this a little more than we saw with Billy Gardner, who was a good baseball man, but really not the kind of glib guy that Dick Hauser was, and not the kind of real proficient person with the media that John Wathan is.
Pete Modica, thank you very much for that report.
Thank you, Ed.
All right. So there you have it, live from Kansas City Royals Stadium. The new manager of the Kansas City Royals, John Wathan, from Omaha. And, of course, we reported just prior to the news break that one of the reasons, possibly, that Mr. Wathan got this job is that he's under contract, on a long-term contract with the Kansas City Royals that pays him about $400,000